Welcome to this Mastery Empowerment course from New Earth One Network. This is designed exclusively for your higher self connection and embodiment.
Hello and welcome. My name is Barbara Canals and I'm an energy and consciousness activator. And I work specifically with new time energy, with the upgrade of our energetic systems, and with the expansion of our consciousness. I'm super excited to be here at Lauren's show again. I love speaking at quantum conversations and touching as many hearts that feel called to this new time, to standing up in their power in this new time, and to claiming your responsibility, claiming your birthright to be here, claiming your space, your power, and getting in touch with who you really are, which probably for eons of times has not been allowed. And now is the time for us to stand stronger than any other voices or energies or thoughts that could pull us in another direction. So first of all, I want to bring everyone into resonance. So if you want to close your eyes, and if you want to feel, you might be sitting down or laying down, you can just feel your legs grounding into the earth as if there were a magnetic pool. Breathing in and breathing out. You're going to listen into this recording, into this presentation with an open mind. Accepting and understanding what it is for you have to get from here. So coming into your breath, feeling more into the body, and just with your intention, calling all your energy back into your body, back to yourself, to your body and your energy field, which is the space around your body. Calling that back, just letting go anything that is not yours. Okay, good. So we just did. It's just an energetic sort of like rebalancing or clearing really quickly, and for all of us to get into balance. Basically, these are through it's source energy coming through my voice, and it's activating or clearing people's fields and activating their remembrance of who they really are, and coming back to that, remembrance of that source and who they really are. And then what I would like to speak about today is different parts, but basically we have we have an energetic structure. We are energy beings. Everything on this earth is energy, and be it thoughts, be it physical stuff. So like our bodies are energy. It's our densest part of ourselves. It's matter, so it's the energy vibrating at the lowest sort of pace. But then we have an energetic field. We have this space around us. This energy field could also be called our aura. And this energy field is all this lighter vibrating parts of us, that they're actually us and they're around us. And this can be sensed and read by other people. All of us can sense and read what's around here. That's why sometimes you meet somebody and you could be like, oh, I feel like I know this person from before. You're probably reading something about their field, or like somebody gives you creeps, or you're reading something in their energy field that you're actually reading many times. We don't know how to translate these messages. And this is when we need to expand our consciousness and our awareness, consciousness and awareness, that we can expand more so that we can start reading all these signals, because we're jumping into a new time now. We've been in a new time, but we just keep evolving and going into more where it's so important to start reading all the symbols, to be able to expand our hearing, all these gifts and talents that we might have, so that we can hear not what the sound that is actually there, the space in between the sounds. There's a lot of information that can be heard, a lot of stuff that can be seen and recorded, which is not necessarily only physical in the densest matter. So we need to come into terms into being able to read all of these messages, to become more sensitive, which does not mean weaker. If we are able to empower and embody our sensitivity, which is our gifts and our talents, we'll be able to move. It's activating our intuition. We'll be able to move through this world in a much more harmonious way, and we'll be able to start delivering the things that we came here to do. If you're listening to this, you probably know that you've come here to do certain things, to be in a certain way. For many of us, it's to speak up about our sensitivity, this different reality, how we see the world. And this world is not working as you remember from your heart that it should be. So we're going from this old time world where there's suppression, and where there's limitation, and where there's imposition, and there's competition, to this new world, this new time where there's collaboration, where there's sense of purpose, where there's abundance instead of the old world scarcity, where we are free and we can start being who we really are. We're free to speak. We're free to show all of our selves and our sensitivity. So we're not suppressed. It's not about suppression anymore. It's the opposite. It's about expression. So what's happening is that we have this energy field or energetic system, which is out for many of us. I mean, everyone that was born, the energy system started changing in 1996 with the new children coming in. So all the children that are being born come in. So imagine we're like computers, and everyone that was born before 96 have an old, outdated computer system. And after 96, all the beings that were being born with a new operating system, a new updated they were new upgraded computers. And their system, their energy field, their body and their energy field is very different. And they're working already from this new time, from this time that I was saying, of collaboration, of free expression and abundance, etc. If they're not, it's because they're mirroring that old time still. But basically, for everyone that was born before 96, they have this energetic system which tends to not be able to hold the high frequencies that we're currently experiencing on Earth, because it's a natural evolution of our consciousness. So we can choose to either upgrade ourselves to the new sort of like energy structure, that new type of aura crystal, to jump in straight into fifth dimension and higher. And that would mean, actually, what that means is actually embodying your higher self or your spirit in the body. Up until now, and with the old energy field that everyone has before 96, what's happening is, for one to be in contact with their spirit, which is also their intuition, their higher self, they need to meditate, or they need to do many things to keep their sort of like energy good. But with this new structure that one can upgrade to, it actually, what happens is it activates this whole process, which is the process of crystallization. So it is the process of spirit, that higher self, that intuition grounding into the body, coming into the body and activating each one of the cells. When the cells, spirit comes into the cells, that is the process of crystallization. And it's every one of your cells is a whole universe in itself. It has its whole, each one of your cells has a whole lot of information, and it has a mission and a purpose in itself. It's a whole universe. It's incredible. But each one of the cells, as you upgrade and you allow for spirit to come into the body, and come into each one of the cells start crystallizing. And how I see it is, they just start lighting up. And all this, like the divine plan, so starts activating. So we start remembering our purpose. And it doesn't mean that it's something that just comes, that you remember like a movie that you're seeing. It's like a feeling, because because spirit, or your higher self, is actually in your body, so it's moving you. So you remember. It's this very special, very, very special sort of experience, where there's no longer separation between the body and yourself and spirit. So this evolution of conscience we're going to, in this fifth dimension and higher, what it is that we're actually bringing spirit, or heaven, into earth. So bringing spirit into matter, spirit into the body, and we are becoming lighter, but in our bodies. So our bodies, like, becoming, it's still matter, it's still visible, and this has never happened on earth. It's the first time it's happening. So our body still matter, it's still visible, but it's becoming light inside. We're becoming light, we're becoming crystalline. With that, what usually happens is that we start becoming quite our intuitive gifts open up immensely, and we start, what I was talking about, of being able to understand more than just the physical, to become really aware of all this non-visible part, say hear, feel, extra, and being now able to understand it. Because I think we always do it with the old energy system, but we can't understand it. There's no match, and finally these things match, and you're able to become much more aware, because the consciousness has been expanded. So also, it's about being really clear within your system. Instead of, like, most of us, what happens is our energy, we're these huge limited beings, and so we're completely illimited, we're huge. So this spirit has to come into the body. When you have an old energy system, it can't hold that energy of the spirit, because it's vibrating too high. So it's a huge step to upgrade, because you're going to be able to sustain your spirit within the body, within the whole energy system. And it's going to be a much more simple process of all this process to go. What happens also is that with the old energy structure, one can not sort of like protect themselves. It's like you're open up to everything else because of the quality of that type of structure, of that kind of type of aura. It's things can different energetics, and as I'm saying, energetics are thoughts, or whatever other people's thoughts come into our system and inclusive into our body, or other people's feelings. All of these things just can come in. And so with a new upgraded system, this one has like a very powerful energetic protection, which is very key and core, because you want to be clear about who you are, what you're feeling, what you're thinking. Most of the time, in that old energy structure, we're very mixed up and merged with other energies. So we stop forgetting who we really are and what we're thinking and what we came here to do. And it's like we're pulled by all these other agendas in so many ways. So what we want to do, what is so important, is even if one doesn't upgrade to the new structure, even like with the, if you stay with your old structure, it's making sure to understand that this is your energetic bubble. You have to contain your energy within your energetic bubble. You don't want your energies projected onto anyone else or anyone projecting your energies onto you. You want to hold your energetic structure. In that way, I'm going to show you a simple exercise now, which we did at the beginning, but it's like you call back your energy, you center yourself, and with intention, you call all your energy back to yourself, and you can see all the energy coming back into your body. You call all the energy back just with your intention. You can see it in your third eye, and if not, you sort of fake it until you make it, sort of thing. You call back all the energy, good, call back all the energy, and you send back all the energy that is not yours. Seeing how your body and how the structure, this bubble around your body, becomes stronger and clearer. And the more you can do this, the more that you'll be able to feel less scattered and more contained within yourself. And you'll have less panic attacks, or like sort of like feeling like you're being pulled in 1,000 different directions, like you don't know what you're doing. And this is very important for nowadays, because we need determination and clarity, and to hold our power for what comes in the future, for being able to deliver that you came here. And even delivering that which you come to bring is simply being able to be at peace and enjoy, no matter the circumstances around. So that's so important. The more we are able to hold this feeling of wholeness within ourselves and a balance, the more we're shifting the energetics of our evolution for the whole, let's say. And so as I'm talking about this, I would like to talk about this balance. So basically, what's we're made up of, we are, even when you go up 3 dimensions, we're pretty much, we're the elements. So we have the very important to stay in balance, and we have our fire, our water, earth, and air within our systems. That is what we're made up of. And then we have our masculine and feminine energy. So we have these 6 energies in total. So we have the element energies, this fire, water, earth, and air, and these work together. They have to be balanced, because if not, we could be, imagine we're somebody with a lot of fire. We go and do things, but if we don't have water, it's not flowing. So you might go, but things don't flow, so you're not going to be able to achieve anything. Or in the same way, if you're somebody that has like a lot of air, you think a lot and you have like many ideas, but if you don't have earth, you're not going to ground anything, because you're going to keep thinking, but you're not going to be able to materialize, because the earth is how we present ourselves, how the plants, the seeds that we plant, how we materialize. So it's very important that we come into contact with these elements within us, and we start sorting them and bringing them into balance. When one upgrades their energetic system to the new one that I'm saying, this crystal aura or crystal structure, these elements naturally come into balance. It's very easy. If you don't do that, then you have to become extra aware. Get into contact with your elements. I'll show you in the course that I'm doing, like each element, exactly what it means and how you bring them so that they can come into balance. And then also our masculine and feminine energies. As you might know, we all have a masculine and a feminine energy within ourselves. There's this, we live in this world where it's dual. So we have, it has to be this masculine and feminine. But in order for us to reach that crystal consciousness, that 5th dimension, if you want to call it, whatever name you want to give it, but it's that sort of like non-dual state. It is bringing together these masculine and feminine energies within us. And once this masculine and feminine energy come together within us, then we're connected into that source, into that non-duality, into that 5th dimension. So you can understand the importance of having our elements all in balance, so that we can actually start taking action and doing the things that we came here to do, and that we feel good, and that we feel like we're not stuck on this earth. And then that the masculine and feminine come together so that we can feel that wholeness, that unity, that non-duality, not like we're split in two, that we come into one. And so it's very important that we integrate all parts of ourselves, of our spirit, which isn't limited. We're going to always keep integrating, but that we have that system, that container that can allow for spirit to really land and allow for the process of crystallization to start activating so that we can feel whole within our bodies, and that we keep all these elements, our elements, our four elements in the masculine and feminine, into balance. And this is what is called balance on all levels. It means that then you're not in a world like the old time, which is drama, and you're being pulled in many different ways, and you don't know what's coming at you, and you don't know really what you're doing, because it's you're a bit unaware and unconscious, and you're feeling so much that is not yours, but you don't know it. To this world where you're whole, you're present, you're standing your ground, and you feel like you can get in touch with who you really are. You're whole. You're able to have this wider perspective, so this bigger consciousness, a higher consciousness, or expanded consciousness, is actually being able to have a wider perspective and being able to become aware of what comes at you. So when you upgrade into that, you start becoming aware, and you start seeing, oh yeah, this is not mine, and that's not either. It's just like programs. If it were a computer, we have been programmed in a certain way, and then in the old time you can't see those programs because they're all at you, you're all meshed in this. With this new structure, you can start seeing the programs, and you're like, oh, this is happening, okay, let's fix it, because it's quite easy to do it in this new time, because the system is upgraded. Spirit's really smart, and it knows how to, and your intuition and stuff, so we know how to shift things quite quickly. And it's very important to have this wider perspective at the moment, because it's part of the need for our evolution. For us to evolve into wholeness, we have to have that wider perspective. We have to become more aware of the actions we're taking, of the limitations we're having, and to become more aware of this powerful being that you are, because we're called to be our full expression, and to create a new world where it is cleaner, less dramatic, and more integrating, and a lot more heart-centered. So where there's a heart, where there won't be war anymore, there's love, and love in the greater cosmic love. And so what happens also when upgrading, when I said the heart thing, when upgrading to this new system, an energetic system, is that all the energetic systems sort of merge, and the heart becomes extremely big, and you operate from the heart. So there's no separation in between the mind and the heart anymore. It's a lot more of an integration process, and it's a thinking, feeling sort of thing. But we know with the power of the heart, that has a lot more, and this has been documented and studied that the power of the heart has 1,000 or 10,000, I can't remember, times stronger than the mind. So the resonance that you can have through the power of your heart is huge. So what do you want, to be able to, we need that heart activated and blasting out, so that we can have the impact on the people that we're meant to assist, or on the beings, or on the earth. And it could be anything, in any small interaction, but we're constantly making ripple effects throughout this world, and we need more people to be part of this. So what I'm going to do, this course, I'm going to offer a course leading up to the equinox, because the equinox is when there's the same, it's the ultimate balance when on Earth, the only time, the 2 equinoxes during during our year, and it's when the light of the sun, the same amount of sun and dark are at the day. So it's the same amount of hours of light and of hours of dark. So leading up to the equinox, what is going to be done is first, I'm going to talk about in this course, a first course where I'm going to be talking about this new operating system that one can upgrade to, and exactly what I've explained, but in a lot more detail, what it does, what it actually means once you're upgraded, what the benefits of it are, what it is. You're gonna understand like what it is that like doesn't feel good, like other things, why you're not feeling good, and what are the sort of like ailments or things like that that you can have if you know without upgrading, and what's happening. And I'm going to explain more about the whole history of our evolution of consciousness and why it's happening now, etc. And it's going to be amazing. I'm going to talk about you know what it was like, the indigo energy and the crystal energy, but that you can actually understand it. And I'm going to talk about the process of crystallization better as well, so you can really get a grasp on it. And then because it might be happening to you, but you don't have the whole structure, so it's harder and it's confusing, and you're not going to have that particularly, maybe you do, I don't know, but like usually that stronger sense where you feel like all the energy is with you, you probably won't have it. Yeah, there's a lot of ascension symptoms which by upgrading one's energy system can be solved in you know straight away. So yeah, then I'm going to do another session which is how to keep the energy to yourself. So it's very simple, effective, straightforward tools to actually being able to understand the energetic reality and to start looking, so that you know I'm going to guide you so that you can start becoming aware of what is yours and what isn't, and what do you do if you're feeling off, if all of a sudden you have a panic attack, or all of a sudden you feel like butterflies in your stomach because you've seen somebody, or like you know, and to start becoming aware of what is it that you feel with different people and how to work with the energies so that you can actually shift things yourself and quickly, so that actually you don't get energy vampires sort of taking your energy, or you don't get many other things apart from energy vampires. But there's many devices and things that could be sort of like trying to operate through you. So how to look for these things and how to solve it. It's super straightforward, super effective tools that of how to manage your energy, which I think are so important to do and become aware of, because we haven't been told that much, and there's many things, but maybe they're not that effective, or not too simple. You know, one can't be doing 1,000 things before they get out of the house, or they know it's something that is very quick. And then, and also especially it's something that's very quick, but also things that you know, if you do something without the awareness, then the intention, then you don't have the awareness, so the power in it is a lot less. So what's super important about this course, it's like this session is like starting to become aware of things, because once we become aware of things, then we can set the intention for it, and then the intention for it can be so much stronger, and that means it's effective and efficient. So yeah, these tools are incredible. It's really important to learn, and if you feel called to it. And then I will do one last session, which is it's going to be an energy transmission recording, and this is actually a recording sent to you, and it's going to be very specific energetics for this equinox time. So what it does, I think this recording, it integrates a lot of the learnings that I'm going to give in the 2 other sessions, where you can actually like ask questions if you want to, or just watch the recording. But the transmission, this energetic, it's going to be an energetic transmission. It's like through it's through my energy source, energy coming through when I do I work with sound, with sound and much more. But the energy knows perfectly where to go in each person and what to like activate in their whole being and consciousness. And it's sort of like what happens, and this is what I see and sense always with people, is like stuff that is stuck in their mind trying to understand because it's too limited. It sort of like activates it and it allows for the energy to come into the body, and then it's like also a retrieval. So all those pieces of yourself, of this limited being that are out there, it brings whatever's ready to come into the body. So it's also healing, because to bring stuff in, first we need to heal. So it heals part of the body, it brings other stuff in, what's ready to come up, energetic. So you feel more stronger, more whole. You become, it's like we're becoming more whole as we bring more of our real selves in. And the more you heal, the more space you have to do that. And then also just a whole integration and closing of all the message that is, the message that I delivered now, and I will deliver a lot more information in the course. Yeah, it's an incredible experience. I would think people feel. What happens for many people after is that they even call to explore more and to want to upgrade into that new structure and into that new time, because they can feel there's so much more that needs to come in, and they have so much more to do on this earth. Even if it's just that feeling that they know that they can feel like this joy and wholeness and and be in balance and harmony, which I think is so important. We need to be holding that, and sometimes life throws us down, but we have this opportunity to be stronger and transform into, rise from our ashes like the phoenix, and sort of give more of ourselves, show more of ourselves, of our true being. And when I'm showing, I'm going like this, and I'm showing, you're probably seeing like all the energy around, and that's what we're going to. We're not going to be judging by the material and by what the person looks like. You're actually feeling everything that they have, which is incredible. So it's going to be, just to recap, it's going to be these three things. So first, where I talk about the new time energy, the new structure, the evolution of our earth, etc. Then the second session, which is going to be how to manage your energies, and it's a little energetic guide with all these tools where you can sort of like really become really aware and become intentional about managing your energy so that nobody can take it. And the final session, which is the recording with this energy transmission. And yeah, it's going to be amazing. I'm excited for it. I'm very excited. It's going to be part of like this idea of coming into balance and bringing yourself into balance. And now I feel, if you just want to close your eyes. Breathing in and breathing out. So when I give these energetic transmissions, it's because we are frequency, we're sound, frequency, energy, and all of these, it's how it comes through me. All this energy comes through. But as I said, it's very particular how everyone feels and what gets activated for everyone. Some people sense a lot, some people sense very little, some people see a lot, others don't, some people start hearing, but usually it's that sense of peacefulness and finally arriving home in a way, because you're getting in contact with your truth, with your essence, with your source, with your spirit. So breathing in and breathing out. This recording is going to be recorded for the leading up to the equinox, for the equinox, and it's about coming into balance and holding your own power. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm very excited to meet you, to share with you. And yeah, I thank Lauren for having her program and to always sharing. And yeah, having this view, this sharing, and this abundance, which is this view, it's this new time where we need to share, even if it's little. Share, you want to maybe share this video with friends, share whatever you've learned here with friends if you feel like you can speak about it, or share different things. Oh, saying about share, when in the course, I'll share also different amazing exercises that you can do, because we're working the body is very important for it to ground spirit. So I'll share some exercises and also share about how we can clean ourselves in all levels. So it's also about I always give tips like this, so like how to clear from heavy metals and toxins, and how to start like hydrating and all these things that can add to your well-being, because the more well we are, the more whole we are, the more we can hold ourselves in this world. And yeah, so I'm sending big love to all of you. I'm very happy to be able to share all of this, and I'm very excited to meet you. Much love. Take care.